Imagine needing 10 years just to approve a train line. Not build it, not open it, just approve it. Meanwhile, China builds entire cities in less time than America takes to argue over a bridge. The country that once put a man on the moon now struggles to finish a single high-speed rail project. So what happened? Why does the richest and most powerful nation on Earth suddenly feel incapable of building anything big anymore? And the answer is far stranger than you think. Before we begin, I want you to think about something. Look around your city. How many construction projects have you seen that seem to last forever? Roads blocked for years, airports constantly under renovation, trains delayed endlessly. If you've noticed it too, comment the word "stalled" below because millions of Americans are starting to realize something feels broken. Hello and welcome to the curious spot where deep facts and classified truths are revealed. America was once the greatest builder in human history. That's not an exaggeration. In just 43 years, the United States built over 47,000 miles of interstate highways. Massive dams rose from deserts. Entire suburbs appeared almost overnight. The Empire State Building, built in just 10 days during the Great Depression. Imagine that happening today. A skyscraper completed in barely over a year. Sounds impossible now, right? And here's the crazy part. Back then, America was poorer than it is today. Technology was primitive compared to modern standards. There were no advanced AI systems, no modern cranes, no ultra-powerful computers. Yet somehow things got done faster, cheaper, and at a larger scale. Today, the opposite seems true. California started planning high-speed rail in 2008. The original cost was around $33 billion. Today, estimates have exploded beyond $100 billion, and parts of the system are still unfinished. Some sections may not even connect major cities properly. Meanwhile, China built over 25,000 miles of high-speed rail in roughly the same period. So what changed? At first, most people blame corruption or politicians. And yes, politics matters, but the real problem runs deeper. America didn't stop building because it became weak. It stopped building because it became trapped inside layers of complexity. Take environmental reviews. On paper, they sound reasonable. Protect nature, study impacts, prevent harm. Most people agree with that. You probably do too. But in reality, some projects now spend more time in paperwork than in actual construction. A rail project can require thousands of pages of environmental analysis. Thousands. One California rail review reportedly stretched longer than the entire Lord of the Rings series combined. Imagine trying to build your own house and first needing enough paperwork to fill a library. And here's where it gets even stranger. Sometimes groups use environmental laws not to protect nature, but to block projects they simply dislike. Wealthy neighborhoods fight apartments. Activists delay energy plants. Competing businesses sue infrastructure rivals. Everyone gains veto power. Nobody gains responsibility. It's like trying to cook dinner while 50 people hold the recipe and every single one can stop you halfway through. Now compare that to the 1950s. America had confidence, big confidence. Leaders believed massive projects were worth pursuing even if problems appeared along the way. There was urgency, momentum, national ambition. Today, every project becomes a battlefield. And you feel this everywhere. Housing prices exploding, airports aging, bridges collapsing, roads filled with potholes. America still has incredible engineers, brilliant workers, and enormous wealth. But the system itself moves slowly. Think about New York's 2nd Avenue subway. The project cost more per mile than almost any subway system on Earth. Some estimates pushed costs beyond $2 billion per mile. In other countries, entire metro systems are built for similar amounts. Why so expensive? Well, here's where the rabbit hole gets deep. America doesn't just build slowly, it builds inefficiently. Too many consultants, too many subcontractors, too many overlapping agencies, too many legal disputes. It's like a giant machine where every gear slows the next one down. Picture this. A construction team arrives ready to work, but permits are delayed. Funding changes. Community meetings restart. Lawsuits emerge. Inflation rises during delays. Costs explode. Then politicians panic because the project became too expensive. Sound familiar? And the craziest thing? Everyone involved often believes they are helping. One official wants more safety studies. Another wants more public input. Another wants labor protections. Another wants legal reviews. Individually, these goals sound reasonable. Together, they create paralysis. This is what economists sometimes call vetocracy. Too many veto points. Too many ways to stop action. And Americans are starting to notice. You know that feeling when your phone updates and somehow becomes slower? That's what happened to America's building system. More layers, more processes, more complexity, less speed. But wait until you hear what happened with nuclear power. In the 1970s, America was building nuclear plants rapidly. Then regulations exploded after safety fears and political backlash. Today, building a new nuclear reactor in America can take over a decade and cost billions upon billions of dollars. Meanwhile, energy demand keeps growing because of AI data centers, electric vehicles, and modern technology. America desperately needs more power infrastructure, yet building that infrastructure has become painfully difficult. And here's the twist: nobody talks about enough. This problem affects rich and poor Americans differently. If you're wealthy, delays are annoying. If you're middle class, delays become life-changing. Why? Housing. America underbuilt homes for years. In many cities, building new apartments became nearly impossible due to zoning restrictions and neighborhood opposition. Existing homeowners often resist new housing because they fear traffic, noise, or lower property values. So fewer homes get built, and when supply stays low while demand rises, prices explode. That's why young Americans increasingly feel locked out of home ownership. It's not just inflation, it's not just wages. It's also a system that makes building painfully hard. Imagine a ladder where every rung keeps getting removed. Now here's something fascinating. Americans still love the idea of progress. They love modern cities, fast internet, cheap energy, affordable homes, advanced transportation. Everybody wants the benefits, but fewer people want disruption near them. This creates a strange contradiction. People say, we need more housing, then oppose apartments nearby. People say, we need green energy, then oppose power lines. People say, we need public transport, then fight rail construction near their neighborhood. Everyone supports progress until it arrives next door. And this problem isn't unique to one political side either. Conservatives blame regulations. Progressives blame corporations and inequality. But both sides often participate in blocking projects when local interests are involved. That's why the issue feels so hard to solve. Now let's talk about something even bigger. America's global competition. Because while America debates permits, other countries move fast. China builds airports at astonishing speed. Gulf countries build futuristic megacities in deserts. Even smaller nations are modernizing transportation faster than some American states, and that creates a psychological shock. Americans grew up believing their country represented the future. But increasingly, some infrastructure in America feels older than infrastructure abroad. You see it online constantly. Travelers visit Tokyo, Singapore, or Dubai and return asking, "Wait, why don't we have trains like this?" That question hits hard because deep down, many Americans know the country still has the resources to build incredible things. So, why can't it? The answer isn't lack of money alone. America spends enormous amounts. In fact, some projects cost more precisely because they take so long. Delays create inflation. Inflation increases labor costs. Legal battles drain budgets. Complexity feeds more complexity. It's like digging a hole while throwing the dirt back inside. And there's another hidden issue. Trust. Large-scale building requires public trust. Trust that leaders are competent. Trust that projects will help society. Trust that temporary inconvenience leads to long-term gains. That trust has weakened dramatically. Today, every project becomes political warfare. Every decision sparks outrage online. Every delay fuels cynicism. Americans increasingly expect failure before construction even begins. That mindset matters more than people realize, because great infrastructure eras usually happen when societies feel confident and united around long-term goals. The interstate highway system wasn't built by people who believed nothing could work. The moon landing didn't happen because Americans thought ambition was pointless. Those projects came from a culture that still believed the future could be bigger than the present. And maybe that's the deepest issue of all. America didn't just lose efficiency, it lost momentum. But here's where things get interesting. Some cities are finally starting to fight back against the paralysis. States like Texas and Florida build housing faster than many coastal cities. Some lawmakers now openly admit permitting systems became excessive. New technologies like modular construction could reduce costs dramatically. AI may eventually speed up engineering and planning. There are signs of change. And historically, America has reinvented itself many times before. Remember, this is the same country that survived the Great Depression, won World War II, created Silicon Valley, and built the internet. The capacity for innovation still exists. The talent still exists. The ambition still exists. The real question is whether the system can rediscover speed before global competition accelerates even further. Because the world is entering a new era of infrastructure wars. AI requires massive data centers. Electric vehicles require charging networks. Chip manufacturing requires giant factories. Energy transition requires new power grids. Population growth requires housing. Countries that build fast may dominate the future economy. Countries trapped in endless delay may fall behind. And that's why this conversation matters far beyond roads and trains. It's about whether modern societies can still accomplish large-scale goals at all. Can democracies move quickly without sacrificing accountability? Can environmental protection coexist with efficient development? Can America rebuild confidence in its ability to execute massive projects? Those are the questions quietly shaping the next century. And now we close the loop from the beginning. Why can't America build anymore? Because over decades, the country created a system where stopping projects became easier than completing them. A system filled with approvals, lawsuits, overlapping agencies, local resistance, political division, and endless complexity. The talent never disappeared. The money never disappeared. The ambition didn't fully disappear either. Momentum did. But momentum can return. And history shows America tends to reinvent itself precisely when people believe decline is permanent. That's what makes this moment so important. Because the future of America may depend less on what it invents, and more on whether it can still build. If this video changed how you see your cities, roads, housing, or infrastructure, hit the like button and subscribe to The Curious Spot for more deep documentaries revealing the hidden systems shaping the modern world. And tell me in the comments, what's one project in your area that feels like it's taking forever to finish? Because the next time you pass a stalled construction site, an unfinished bridge, or another road closed for years, you may realize you're looking at something much bigger than construction. You're looking at the struggle between ambition and paralysis in modern America.